Hi, welcome to Needful Things again. Today I'm going to show you how to make this new scarf design that I did. This is just a little swatch I used to work it up to see what I was going to do with the design. So let me put that to the side. And here we are. I've just got a medium weight yarn and this is a G, I think. A 6 or G. That's what it says. I don't know if I can get that in there. Yeah, it's a 6er G Susan Bates. Sorry for that blur. So, we're first going to do a row of, we're going to do our edging at our beginning so we don't have to do anything at the end of this scarf. It's just like a type of puff stitch scarf. But we're going to start by making our slip knot, leaving a tail to weave in later. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we're going to go into that first stitch and make a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1, turn your work. Now working in the back loops, we're going to pull up a single crochet, work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're doing back loops only. This is all in the back loops only. Chain 1, turn your work, and keep repeating. And we're just making like a ribbing at the bottom of the scarf. Quite simple. Not everything has to be difficult to look nice. Okay, we're just going to continue to do this to make our ribbing. And till we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 rows. And when you get your 24 rows of the ribbing, I'll meet back up with you here and we'll move on to the next step. So I'm going to chain 1, which I already did, and do 7 more. So I'll catch back up with you when we get to the end of that. Okay, so I finished my rows of 24 ribbing, and on top of that I chained 1, and then I did 24 half double crochets all the way across the top of the ribbing. So you'll complete 24 half double crochets just right on top of your ribbing when you'll finish on this end. And then we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to do another row of half double crochets right on top of this one. Same 24. Now we're here at the end in 24. Right there, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. Now in this first row here, this first stitch, the very first stitch, we're just going to do a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, and we're going to do this all the way across the row, chaining 2, skipping 2, double crochet, and I'll show you what we're going to do at the end because we're going to cheat a little bit at the end. Now we have 2 stitches left. This is where we're going to cheat a little bit. We're still going to chain 2. And it's only 1 that we're skipping, but we're going to pretend that it's 2. And do a double crochet in that last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. And that's what we just did. Our scarf is beginning. Now we're back on this side here, which we're calling at this moment the back side. And we're going to yarn over and do a double crochet in the very first stitch where we did the chain 1. Then we're going to chain 2, skip those 2, go into that double crochet with another double crochet, and we're just going to repeat the same process all the way across the row. Double crochet in that last stitch, and we just repeated the same thing right on top of the one we just did for beginning our scarf. Okay, so now we're going to be working on the front side of our work. I did not make a chain, do not chain 1. And so here what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet in the very first stitch. Just like that. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to do a puff stitch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through all the loops, leaving 2 on the hook. Yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, do a double crochet in that next double crochet there. Yarn over, puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, pull through all the loops, leaving 2 on the hook, yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, do a double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. This is what we're doing pretty little puff stitches. This will now, from now on, this is the front of our work. Okay, and we're going to do these puff stitches and double crochets across this row. So we did the double, now a puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull through all, leave 2, pull through those 2, yarn over, do a double crochet in the next stitch. Repeat the process. double crochet, puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull through all those loops, leaving 2 on the hook, yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, puff stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, puff stitch, yarn over, double crochet in the next double crochet, yarn over, do your puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finish off your puff stitch, the last double crochet in the last top of the last stitch, 1 and 2, and yarn over. And there's what we just did, the row we just did with our puff stitches. This is now the front of our work. This will be known as the front of our work from now on. Hope you didn't see my ugly top of my head. Yeah. So I'm just going to put a marker on it because that lets me know that's the front. No guesswork there. Okay, so we're going to be going to the other side of our work where we will be doing some chains. So we have our secure chain there. We'll turn our work, yarn over, double crochet in that first stitch, chain 2, skip that puff stitch, go into that double crochet at the top of it, the next double crochet, and double crochet. Okay, chain 2, yarn over, find your next double crochet in between the puff stitches, go into the top of it, and you'll repeat this across the row, making our little blocks, open space blocks, I guess you could call them. And you'll do this across the row of your scarf. 1, 2, double crochet, 1, 2, double crochet, 1, 2, double crochet, 1, 2, find that fat stitch on the end. There you have that stitch. Now we'll be on the next row, which we will leave a space in between. So we're not going to yarn over, we're going to turn our work. Chain, we're not going to do a chain there. We're going to turn our work. We're on the front side now. And we're going to do a row of puff stitches. But first we're going to do our first double crochet in the top of that double crochet in the previous row. Yarn over, do a puff, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through and shut that door. Okay, double crochet the next top of the next double crochet like that. We're going to do a puff now. Whoops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through and shut that door. Okay, then we're in the next double crochet, and we're going to do that all the way across the row. We're always going to be working our puff stitches on the front. Sometimes they work from the back, this one is not. And we'll just have that little space in between them, the little square space there. Okay? Get some more yarn out. Okay, I'm up to a puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through and shut that door. Okay, double crochet, puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through and shut that door. Double crochet, and we're going to repeat all the way across. double crochet there, puff stitch, double crochet here. Now we're on our last puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through and shut that door. Now we're on our last stitch. Find the top of it. Do your double crochet. That row is complete. And that basically is our pattern. And you'll just make your scarf as long as you want it. I like to do mine a little bit long. We'll see how it ends up. And when you get done, you don't have to do any edging or anything because you do that at the beginning and the end with your edging here. So just repeat. The next row we'll turn it over and we'll be working the double crochet, chain 2, double skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, you know, all the way across. Do our little chain thing that we did here. I'll get you started. We'll always start with this double crochet here in the first stitch. We're not skipping that first stitch. I don't want an ugly edge on my scarf. Chain 2, skip that puff stitch, which would be 2 stitches. Go into that double crochet and do our double crochet. Chain 2, skip that puff stitch, go into that double crochet, hit it with a double crochet. And that's what we're going to do across the pattern, across this row, and that's our pattern. And then the next row will be our puff stitches, the next row will be the chain spaces, the next row will be the puff stitches. So I'll catch up with you when we get a little further in. You should be looking similar to this. And I'll catch up with you in a few minutes as I do a little bit more. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my scarf, so I'm going to show you how we're going to finish off the other end. Of course, it's going to be just like the way we started it, but, you know, sometimes a little guidance is good. So, I'm on my row of spaces, which is this row here, this last row here. So I've done my chain, my single crochet, my double crochet in the first stitch. Then I'm going to chain 2, skip over that puff, double crochet in that next double crochet, chain 2, you know the drill, and do that across this row. We'll just work our double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. It's a really pretty scarf and it's really quick to make. So if you need to make something quick for a gift or you just want to make it for yourself. So I'm coming to the last one. Find the top of that stitch. Okay. And so now we see that we have to do 2 rows of our half double crochets that we started with. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And I think because I want it to okay, this is totally up to you. You can either go in the chain or you can just work them like this. Right into the section, just put 2 in there. 1 in the double crochet. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing double crochets. We're doing half double crochets. Sorry about that. And we'll just work those across. Or you can, as I said, you can do them in the chain if you want to. Totally up to you. There's my last half double crochet, chain 2, turn your work. Now we're going to do another row of half double crochets. And this, I mean, depends on, you can make your scarf as long as you'd like to. I knew I just had a bit of this gray yarn and I thought this would make a really nice design for a scarf. And so I decided that I would use this yarn for that. Okay. Chain. Ooh. Okay, so now we're back to our rib. We're going to flip over to the front and work on our ribbing for the bottom, and that was 8 stitches, I believe it was. 8. So we're going to do 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's see if that matches. I believe that was the same. Okay, we'll do 9 chains and then go into this first one, do a single crochet. And just do that all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Like that. Flip it over. Okay, so we're there, so we're going to go into, just to hold it down, I'm just going to pull a slip stitch there and then go into the next stitch, pull a slip stitch there. Turn around, skip 2, 1, 2, go into that third one, single crochet, all the way down. You should always have 8 stitches or however long you made yours. Maybe you wanted yours a little bit longer. Chain 1, turn, go back down your work, starting in that very first one, Do your single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and make sure they're all in the back loops. So then we'll go into the next 2 stitches there. We'll slip stitch in the first one, slip stitch in the second one. Turn your work back around like that. Skip 2, 1, 2, go into the third one, back loops only, and do your single crochets. Chain 1, turn it back around to this side, go back down, skip 1, 2 slip stitches, then do it again, you know the drill, just as we did in the beginning. You'll end up with this, and so when I get done, I'll meet you back here when I get to the end of my row, show you how we're going to finish off, okay? So I've come to the end of the ribbing on the bottom of my scarf, and simply going to cut the yarn, secure it, take my darning needle, and just weave it in. Cut off a little excess piece. Go to my other end. And as long as you get it in there somehow, it doesn't have to be like perfect or anything. It's just to keep it secure. Take this out. I know that's my front. And now we have a beautiful scarf. I like to go, stretch everything into place. You probably made yours a bit longer than I did. So there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? So enjoy it.